Hello, and welcome back to Homework Hustle, the podcast that delves into the science and art of raising curious, confident kids and bettering their academic development without the stress. I'm Shubhada, the founder of Grenology,
Hello, and I'm Sheetal, the co founder of Trinology.
and we are back with another episode of Homework Hustle. So now let's get to today's discussion. It is a topic that we've been hearing a lot about. Maybe it does not apply to all families, but there is definitely a trend that we are seeing. Okay.
Yes, so we are talking about the trouble with Hindi.
Yes.
By and large, we see that in the urban segment, in the elite.
Elite sections of the
Yes,
society
this
more.
is where the concern is at its peak, where parents are feeling the struggle, children are feeling it much more. And as educators, we worry that there is a complete decline in the language, in the quality of the spoken as well as the written language, which is not a very healthy trend.
There seems to be, I would say, a decline in vocabulary
There is
as well. That's
there is a decline in vocabulary, there is a decline in their thought process, in what they are reproducing, in what they are comprehending, analyzing. So there's a complete breakdown of the language.
I'll then tell you this hilarious situation that I know of. I know of a young chap, a school-going chap, who actually went to the local grocery store and asked for Dhakkan wali moongfali.
Kanhali Mungfali.
So there was peanuts with shells.
Oh my God. There.
The
Vocabulary.
there is the
The
vocabulary.
comprehension.
Correct. So yeah. So I think Sheetal, for this podcast, especially, I actually went and spoke to, a few Hindi teachers as well. And, one of them actually said that we're seeing a sort of fear of Hindi that a generation back we used to see for Sanskrit.
Correct.
There is a fear, a sense of struggle with the language.
Absolutely.
But Sheetal, I understand that we may not be using the language at home, but having said that, kids do encounter the language, right? They do encounter the language when they are outside of homes. They do have need to use it in places. Then why they struggle? The language is a part of the environment.
Absolutely. There's a lot of visual and auditory stimuli that they are consuming. There is no denying that. There's no denying the fact that they can even verbalize, they can even speak. The spoken language is not the problem. The problem is putting the pen to paper.
Writing.
The writing
And maybe
is the problem.
reading.
Because they're not reading content. Who is reading Sahitya?
So the big question is, what can we do about it? Ultimately, if we are using the language at home, we're not going to stop using it. It is, an important language. English is an important language from a professional standpoint of view. Then what can parents do?
Yes. So I think first and foremost, stop looking at Hindi as a compulsion. So I do remember my little ones, when he was in school, he started speaking a little late, and therefore, what he learned to speak was in school. School obviously doesn't teach you, Hindi as your first language. So he developed proficiency in English, and I was that he has to know Hindi. So I would tell him that, look, you have to learn to speak in Hindi, and you and me are going to speak only in Hindi. So one fine day, he gets up in the morning and he's all charged, saying, "So, Mama, today we start speaking in Hindi." So for him, it was a task. So stop looking at it
Right.
as a
It's a
compulsion.
thing to be done.
Yes, stop looking at it as a compulsion.
It's not something that's coming naturally.
It's not organic.
It's not organic.
Right. So first we need to stop doing that. Second, we have to realize that ours is the only country which allows you or which gives you that platform of being multilingual. And being multilingual helps children.
So many
Yeah, so
advantages.
many advantages. they are problem solvers, their cognitive development is that much more,
better, yeah.
right? Because ours is one country,
You
which
can organically pick up multiple languages.
yes. So it is, look at it as an advantage.
Also, research says that if you are multilingual as a child, you will have less difficulty in picking up a language later on in life.
Yes, that is a fact, and we are surrounded by so many languages.
Yeah.
And organically, we are surrounded by our regional languages. So it is easier to pick up Hindi than a foreign language.
Right, because you can actually use it, practice it, become a lot more proficient in it, rather than foreign language where it may not be a part of the ecosystem, and you may not be able to become proficient in it with ease.
Absolutely. You'll be able to practice your regional language so much
Very
more.
quickly. Yeah. So essentially, parents, what Sheetal is saying is that it is a developmental advantage, and the language is already in our ecosystem, so your child at a young age can become proficient quite fast. So don't lose that advantage, right?
Absolutely.
You know, Sheetal, there is a famous quote by Jackson Brown, the author, which goes, "Never make fun of someone who speaks broken English. It means that person knows another language." It's so powerful, isn't it?
Absolutely. And for the parents, my suggestion would be first of all, begin with yourself. Don't degrade the language. Don't say, "Oh, I can't speak Hindi fluently." Why not? Work on yourself, right? So that you can be the example that you would want your child to follow. Also, in today's social media world, where children have more access to celebrities, to homegrown influencers and Olympians who are going out there and winning the world with not only what they have achieved, but also their confidence in speaking in
Their own language.
Yes,
Yes.
that's a huge example.
So use those examples to, reinstate the importance and the respect for the language. That's very nice. Yes. We need to rethink our approach. All right. So now we're back to the core of our problem, as it always comes back to school, academics, exams. Now we need to handle that.
Yes.
How should we go about it?
So, one thing that is a fact is that Hindi is a rule-based language.
Correct. There are no exceptions in Hindi.
No exceptions. It's
Very strictly.
You write the way you speak.
You write the way you speak. That's right.
Right.
There are no silent letters.
It's an easier language. If you go to see at the core of it, it's an easier
Very rule-based, yeah.
very rule-based, very straightforward, and the way you speak, the way you write, it's all similar, right? So that is one thing that
So if we are able to explain that to the child, then they will
learn to appreciate.
Yes.
First of all, make it simple. Generally, we make a hulabulu around it. Oh, you have an Hindi exam tomorrow. So it's fine. You've got other exams as well, right? So make it very, very simple and organic for the child. Let them understand, let them enunciate the word, let them listen to the sound, because the sound and the visual is alike. So there is no rocket science in this. It's only rules that one needs to follow. Since English is the first language that we teach them, we begin with ABCD, right? Similarly, we need to relate that to Hindi as well. That like how the English language has letters, Hindi language also has letters, English language has consonants and vowels, Hindi language also has consonants and vowels. So
Swara and Vyanjan.
Swara and Vyanjan. So create a similarity between both the languages so that the child can create connections in their mind and they can understand that it's not an alien language. It is another language like any other language. We need to invest a lot of time in practice. Practice the language, relate it to sound symbol association, relate it to images. If you're showing them ka for kamai, ka and Kamal makes sense, right? Because it's an object. Ka doesn't make sense, but ka is Kamal. Show them the letter ka, show them the object Kamal, so that they're able to relate it.
And if they don't know Kamal, then they should see something, an object with ka that
For
they,
kabutar,
so they should know that.
flying around.
Right, yeah, right. So show them an object that they know they are familiar with.
Simple games, I spy. I spy with my little eye, something that is flapping around in the sky and begins with the letter K. So they should be able to make it fun. The moment we infuse enthusiasm in learning, we can teach anything.
And so the point, in fact, all Hindi teachers that we spoke to, they made was make sure when they are doing the Varnamalas, they are very clear. Drill, practice, test. Once they get their Varnamalas and their matras right, and they know which matra to connect to which sound, I think that somewhere just builds the foundation on which everything becomes easier.
Yes.
All right, Sheetal, I get the point about building the right foundation. Now, how do we look at helping our child as you move to higher classes, even in primary school? Let's say we're reaching grade 3, grade 4. How do we look at that?
So, of course, like any other language, letters become objects, then get into sentences get into paragraphs. That's how it generally works. Now, the problem over here is that since they're exposed so much to English, all subjects are in English. They're exposed so much to English that they think in English
and translate it and then write in Hindi.
So that is the problem. And there is a very stark difference between your sentence formation in English and in Hindi. English always has a subject, it has a verb, it has an object. That is your sentence. Hindi also has these three elements. However, it is subject, object, and then verb.
So parents, what Sheetal is really saying is he bought fish. That is English. But Hindi is usne machli kharidi.
The verb has gone.
Yes, and the object has moved. So if the child knows this, if the child understands this difference, then a lot of these problems will start getting solved.
Processing in the mind and thinking in English and writing in Hindi, but if he knows this one rule, he'll be able to
the output will just become much better.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sheetal. So now let's look at higher grade children.
Yes. So now while they progress into higher grades, it's important for them to read.
Right? As you would look at any other language development.
Any other subject, read. The Hindi literature is extremely rich.
Very, very rich.
Very, very rich. Only we need to break it down into bite-sized pieces for consumption. Right? Shorter stories or whatever. Get them to read. Once they have started reading, it's imperative that they learn to translate as well. So for translation, they need to know the word meanings, they need to know the spellings.
Translate in their mind what it means.
So then we need to assess or test or tell them to self-evaluate, identifying the words which they find difficult to write. So writing it down, seeing the spelling structure, because as I said, that Hindi language has a very simple rule. You speak, you write, it's similar. There are no, silent letters and there are no these blends and whatever. So it is nice if they could read and if they could write the words. Drill is the only way to help.
In fact, this is exactly what one of the teachers suggested. She said was, make them read a para and then just do a dictation on certain words. And just doing this a few times will hasten the entire learning journey.
Dictation on certain words and sentence formation.
These two come together and you should see a marked improvement. Okay. So Sheetal, another problem. What if parents themselves are not familiar with Hindi? We are a very diverse country and that's very beautiful. But then, of course, there are parents whose mother tongue is different. They are using a different mother tongue at home. But at school, their child is learning Hindi and there is a task to help the child.
So if you yourself are not proficient, or if you find yourself not very confident, there's no harm in seeking help. In fact, when we seek help, we are setting that example to our children that I'm ready to learn.
So seek help.
Lead
Seek
by
help.
example. Seek
Or get
help.
the child external help.
Yes. Get the child external help.
If you yourself don't know how to pronounce or
And
the
it is
words.
good to, if the child sees you learning something, the child also gets an impetus that if my parent can learn, why can't I learn?
Okay, so that was a fascinating
Yes.
session, Sheetal. A quick recap for you parents. First of all, don't deprioritize the language at home. Give it the respect that you want your child to give. Second, if your child is younger, they must know their Varnamalas well. Practice, practice, practice. And then, of course, as in any other language, reading, writing, dictations. Go with this and hopefully this will solve a large part of your problem. Did I cover everything, Sheetal?
Yes, you did. That
Good.
was very
Good.
concise.
So folks, if you enjoyed this episode, please go and subscribe right away because that is what helps us grow. And do share it with your other fellow parents who may find this useful. You can also check out our website www.brainology, that is brainologi.com, where we have a lot of learning books for you to pick up from. You can also follow us on our Instagram handle Brainology1, which is a chilled out space for busy parents. So until next time, thank you so much, Sheetal. Keep hustling.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Until next time.